and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that have just tuned in and don't know me, my name is Kat, and myself, my husband Scott and my son Taylor moved from the UK over to Canada, well, this year in January 9th. We made the big move, we sold up everything, and this video is purely just explaining the differences that we've noticed for Christmas in Canada versus the UK. So one of my dramas that I've had is Christmas cake. So they don't, like, if a Canadian tells you that they sell Christmas cake out here, it is not the same as our Christmas cake in the UK. Their Christmas cake is just plain fruit cake. If you're lucky, you might get like a thin loaf of Christmas cake with a thin strip of marzipan. That's it. There's no like proper one that we know of with the icing and everything and all decorated. They don't have that. So I've had to make my own Christmas cake, which has been dramas. So I done one Christmas cake and that didn't go so well. So the first Christmas cake didn't go so well. So we still chopped it up, and Taylor still ate it, didn't you? Yeah, I didn't bother icing it. It was just kind of, it all went kind of soggy as we got it out the oven. The second,
still good, though.
It's still good, yeah. So the second Christmas cake is perfect and it is waiting to be iced. So I'll show you in a second. And the issue I then had is that in England, if I ever made a Christmas cake, I would buy ready roll icing and ready roll marzipan. Well, they don't seem to do that out here. Well, they might do the ready roll, they don't call it icing, they call it fondant. They might do ready roll fondant, but they don't have any around here. So I've been to loads of places and they just don't have it. So I've had to buy a block of fondant, which is like a hard block, and then it's Christmas Eve today and I have been freaking out because I'm too scared to roll it out and then lay it over the cake. So I've been waiting for Scott to come back from work because he's been working away for the last 2 weeks. He's come back and he's going to help me do it. They also do not sell ready roll marzipan out here anywhere. I looked and the only place that I could get it from was Amazon and have it delivered, but it wasn't going to get here on time. So I got tubes of marzipan from Bulk Barn. Taylor, can you go and get some of the marzipan so I can show to the camera? So that, I don't know how we're going to work that, but I've bought 3 tubes in the hope that we can squeeze it out, roll it together, and this is how they sell marzipan. It looks like a weird sausage, so I don't know how that's going to turn out, but we will soon find out. The other thing, and I am really disappointed about, is that they don't sell Christmas pudding. And if you ask anyone out here, do you sell Christmas pudding? They have no idea what that is.
Because a pudding's a yogurt.
Yeah, they just don't sell Christmas pudding. They don't eat Christmas pudding. And every single Canadian that I've met out here does not like fruitcake.
They're missing out.
They are missing out. And I think it's generally because they don't eat it, because they don't have the Christmas cake, they don't have the Christmas pudding, so they're not used to it, so they think it's gross. Whereas in England, I am used to having a really nice hot Christmas pudding with like Bailey's cream on it, and this year I'm going to get nothing. And I could have made it, but I haven't organised myself to make it, and it takes about 8.5 hours to make a Christmas pudding, and I just don't have the time to faff around doing that. Okay, so the other thing that they don't seem to do out here is mince pies. Now, I spoke to somebody about mince pies and said, do you do mince pies? And they thought that when I said a mince pie, they think it's like a whole massive pie with mincemeat in it. And I had to explain that no, it's the little ones, but they call it tarts. I've seen something similar to a mince pie in one shop, but anyway, I'm going to have to make mince pies, and that is not a thing out here. The other thing that they don't do, like in England, you will get all of the tubs of cream. I can see Hugo in the camera behind me jumping up to try and get a jumper off the table.
Go away, Hugo.
Right, where was I? Cream. Okay, so in England you would have like all of the tubs of different cream that you could have with your Christmas pudding or anything like that, and you have your Bailey's cream and everything. They don't have anything like that out here. Taylor, can you go to the fridge and get the cream that they sell out here, and I will show everyone. It's in like the kind of carton at the top of the fridge.
Okay.
So I will now show you what we do have as cream, and I'm not quite sure how this is going to work. And actually, I don't even know what I'm going to put it on because I have no Christmas pudding to put it on. So I have no idea what I'm going to do. Pass it here? Yes. So this is what they sell out here. Looks like a small carton of milk, but it's whipping cream. So I guess I put that in a bowl and whisk it up. I've got no idea. What else? They don't. Oh yeah, they don't sell selection boxes. So like in England, like you'd be used, like especially for children, you would go out and you would buy the selection boxes for them. They just don't have that. Like the chocolate selection is really quite poor here. Like, I mean, I guess if you're a Canadian and you're used to it, you're cool with that. But we're used to a lot different. So the other thing, going on the subject of chocolate, Quality Street.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, what am I? I'm 34 now. So when I was a young kid, and I don't know if you guys were at home remember, they had those kind of thin tins, the original tins of Quality Street that were never that big, and then over the years they've now got into these big plastic tubs. Well, out here it's like going back in time to the original small tin that doesn't get a lot of chocolates in, and they're selling them for $18. Like, it's mega money when you think that you could go to Tesco's and pay £4 for a massive plastic tub. Out here, they want to charge you, I mean, the cheapest that I've found them is like $15, but then you've got to plus the tax. So it's still going to be like a lot of money. Like we just haven't bought any this year because what's the point? I don't want to spend, I don't like Quality Street enough to spend $18 on them. If they were £4, then maybe we'd get some with me.
Yeah.
I did get some from Bulk Barn to see if they would be cheaper, and obviously without the box you just scoop them up into the plastic bag, and they lasted all of 5 minutes because then Taylor ate them all, even though I told him that they were for Christmas. So you ate them all very quickly, and I think that cost me I think they still cost over $10 just to get the chocolates in the bag loose without the tub. Anything else that you can think of, guys, that's different over here?
I don't know.
It's not Christmas related, but one thing I will say, Canada versus UK, like I miss Colin the Caterpillar. And
What?
if you're, Colin the Caterpillar cake. You must know Colin the Caterpillar cake.
Where did
I don't.
when did we ever buy that?
That was for like birthdays and everything. So if you're from Canada and you don't know what Colin the Caterpillar cake is, please Google it and maybe find the recipe and maybe give it a go, because Colin the Caterpillar was an epic cake, especially for birthdays. Going back to Christmas,
The log cake.
oh yeah, the log. So we like in England we could buy the Cadbury's chocolate log, the
Yule log.
festive Yule log. They don't seem to have that. Like I've seen like a kind of a chocolate roulade that looks dry, nothing that looks anything like what we would get at home. The other thing that they don't do, well, they just don't do a lot of Christmassy stuff. Like in the UK, I would get all of like the Stollen cake and everything. You're struggling to find that here. We did find some Stollen bites, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, which were nice, but you're not going to find a lot out here. So word of advice, if you are thinking about moving from the UK to Canada, maybe pack an extra suitcase for those Colin the Caterpillar cakes, your Cadbury's chocolate logs, your Christmas puddings, and then just
arrested at the border for smuggling in
get
food.
arrested at the border for smuggling food into the country. No, don't do that. But just it's first world problems right here, that tomorrow is Christmas Day in Canada and we have no Christmas pudding. It's a disaster.
I know, I might have
It's not
to.
so much of a disaster when you don't like Christmas pudding.
Well, no, Scott doesn't like Christmas pudding.
What?
But yes, exactly. Me and Mr. Grinch here love Christmas pudding.
And And if anyone wants to send Scott Old Trafford, it costs $300. So if you want to send Scott Lego Old Trafford, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, no. Christmas shopping. So this is the other thing that I have noticed is, like in England, you can go to Boots and you can get your 3 for 2 on the gift sets and everything, and you can go in the places and find all of these gift boxes. I haven't really seen anywhere that sells nice gift sets. Like, you know, you'd have Debenhams, or you'd have what was the other place that was like Debenhams that the
Primark?
No, not Primark.
British Home Stores.
Well, British Home Stores, but that was like extinct. It was the one down Newgate Lane that I was thinking of. The B&M Home Stores.
B&M.
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 Yeah.
So they would sell all of your gift boxes and everything. Out here, I've seen a couple of things in Walmart, so basically Asda, but generally there's just not a lot available. There's just not a lot of gift sets for people for Christmas. So I'm like, what do you buy people? Like, I don't know. Okay, so the other thing to mention is, Hugo's jumping around again. In the UK, obviously coming up to Christmas, you get a lot of deals in the grocery stores and everything. You get your cheaper alcohol, you get offers on your veg, offers on your turkey and stuff like that. Over here, nothing changes. The food is still quite expensive, vegetables quite expensive. There's no offers on the alcohol. Like, we spent what, how much?
Just over $200 on that.
$200 on some alcohol today.
Whoa.
And that wasn't even a lot. That's just like some Prosecco so I can have a Bucks Fizz in the morning, some vodka so we can make some cocktails.
24 crate of
24 crate of Corona. Yeah, so tequila, yeah, okay, so we did get a lot of alcohol.
Didn't get much.
Didn't get much, just a little something.
Alcoholics.
Yeah, and then, so obviously in England you've got your Aldi's where you've got 9p carrots or 9p vegetables, everything's reduced. You just don't get that here. So be prepared to spend a lot more money on your Christmas dinner shopping out here. Now, what I will say is I'm not just going to completely slag off Canadians' Christmases because they've ruined it with no Christmas pudding. What I will say is that it is lovely to be somewhere. This is like the first year that we are going to have a white Christmas. I don't remember ever having a white Christmas, even when I was a kid. So tomorrow we could build a snowman, we could go out on the sleds, and that is a massive positive for Canada's Christmas, the fact that you've got snow and it feels like Christmas. And obviously the lights and all of the decorations, it's normally a lot more over here than it... It's normally... Hugo's flying through the air. It's normally a lot more over here. They normally go all out, and that's really nice to see. It is a lot nicer than just people putting like a couple of fairy lights outside their house.
Oh,
Everyone...
I know something that's different about out here. Boxing Day, everything's open as normal. Food shops are open. Even on Christmas Day, what's open on Christmas Day?
Okay, so the other thing is in England, I did notice that everything shuts on Christmas Day. Out here, I'm not exactly sure what is open. However, we went through the Starbucks drive-through earlier and they've got a sign up to say that Starbucks is open on Christmas Day. So that's just a bit different, and all of the shops are open as normal on Boxing Day, whereas in England I think you'd probably have limited hours, or quite a few places might be closed on Boxing Day. So you've got more chance of going out and getting stuff if you've forgotten it out here than you do in the UK. Okay, so that is a quick rundown of the differences, and it's not necessarily negatives or positives, it's just what I've found from Christmas in the UK versus Christmas in Canada. So I hope this has been informative for you guys, and I hope that you think about all of these things that you're going to miss when you come out here, but obviously all of the things that you gain with the snow and the Christmas onesies.
And we're going to start icing our cake with
Yes.
marzipan.
Yes, we
Are
do
we
have
using
to.
cream?
No, not on the cake.
Oh.
And the other thing that I've noticed, like along with they only sell like the really small tins of Quality Street for a really high price, there's no boxes of heroes. Like there's no heroes at all here.
Or celebrations?
No celebrations I've seen in really small bags, but they don't do any tubs. There's no tubs of celebrations. There's no tubs of any chocolate. Just these tins of Quality Street. Okay, so excuse the outfit change. So I went and had a shower, washed my hair, and then realised that there was something else that I feel is important to mention in the Christmas vlog of Canada versus UK. Taylor's chosen to sit next to me again. So cheese boards. So in the UK, generally we get a big cheese board for Christmas time, and there's loads of selections in every supermarket that you go into. You'd have a big board, and maybe, how much would it be in England? Tenner for a decent cheese board with lots of different, like, I guess, like cranberry cheese or blue cheese, like cheddars, but really good cheese. They don't have that here. And one of the girls that I met out here, Felicity, who also moved to Barry in January like us, I was speaking to her about this, and there is a cheese shop down Barry, in like downtown Barry, that specialises in cheese. So she said she thought, well, because they don't have the cheese boards in the supermarket, she'll go to like the actual cheese shop. And she told me that she got 2 like blocks of cheese, and it cost $70. Like, what? Like, who needs to spend $70 on cheese? Like, what a ripoff! So we've been looking. There was one cheese board that we saw. Well, it wasn't. It was kind of like a cheese board. It had 4 cheeses that did not look very good. And it was $25 for like 4 little small bits of cheese. So we didn't get that. We literally just went to the cheese section and got, like, what did we get? Like 3 different cheeses. Yeah. Just like small cheeses, like a blue cheese, jalapeno cheddar, and chili brie. But there is that. It's just a different culture. That in England we like to have our pickles and our crackers and our cheese boards, and that's not a thing here. Or if it is a thing, then it's nowhere to be seen in the supermarkets around here. Now, please remember that this vlog of comparisons is not just me bashing Canada and saying, oh, it's the food's crap out here. This is just an honest observation of what you can get in England that you can't get in Canada. But this could be flipped. Say if you're a Canadian and you move to England, there's probably loads of stuff that they do here that you can't get in the UK. But this is just what I've noticed and what bugs me. So number 1, Christmas pudding. Number 2, Christmas cake. And number 3, cheese boards. The other stuff is kind of just hit and miss rather. But no, those are the 3 things that I'm really missing. Oh no, the first thing that I'm really missing, sorry, Mum and Dad. So like Mum and Dad are not here, and that is a big difference of Canada versus UK. This is going to be our first Christmas that I'm ever going to spend ever in my 34 years without my mum and dad. So every year we would go to like my grandma's, or my grandma would come to my mum and dad's. But this year it is going to be a bit of a different year. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like and subscribe and keep watching our videos.